What's up, my community? Welcome back and thank you for watching. So I got a secret for y'all. Oh, come on, lean in a little closer, a little closer. Joe Biden is president-elect of 2020 and Kamala Harris is our new VP, y'all. Okay. So maybe it's not much of a secret because I'm sure every person across the United States of America, whether you voted for him or not, sighed just a breath and sigh of relief because 2020 has been completely abnormal. And just for one moment, it felt good to feel a sense of normalcy. And I know for me and my house, we were grateful and so excited to actually see this change come about. And so with all of the excitement of getting the announcement and the news that Joe Biden was the now president-elect, of course my mind got to thinking a very vital question. Joe Biden is president. Now what? So if I'm completely honest, and maybe you can understand where I'm coming from, typically when the presidential election is over and the dust settles, I don't take a second thought to the president, the vice president, the elected officials, policies, procedures, laws. I don't take a second thought to any of it. I mean, typically, I don't think about it because it doesn't seem to ever really be relevant to my everyday life, right? And I tend to think, hey, if me and mine are all right and we're good, what, there's no point for me to worry about all this stuff. I'll just leave that to the political people. I don't have time for it, honestly. I just don't. But if the 2016 election taught me anything, is that, Dia, you might want to be a little bit more informed. And that is one of the things that I have really taken into consideration after the results of this election, being more informed. And so I got to thinking because I know that Joe Biden's campaign and all of his promises, he has a pretty ambitious goal for being president, including the things that he looks forward to trying to accomplish in the first day that he steps into the White House, the first 100 days. He has some pretty ambitious goals that are ranging from obviously coronavirus initiatives and creating a plan for distributing the vaccine, for racial justice and equality, to immigration laws and restoring relationships and alliances. So he has a pretty ambitious goal as president. But one of the things that I realized when I was reading the book, I mentioned it in my last video that I'm reading a book from by Dr. Martin Luther King, Why We Can't Wait. And one of the things he mentioned in that book was in 1963, when they started the Negro Revolution. It was during the time when they were celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation. And obviously at that time, they weren't seeing any benefits of the Emancipation Proclamation. They weren't living any better then than they were at that time. And so they decided that they were going to revolt and begin to really fight for change. And one of the things or the reasons that Dr. Martin Luther King said that 1963 was so important for them in starting the revolt at that time and commemorating the 100th anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation was that they had been disappointed by both sides, by both political parties. And the Democratic Party had made promises for civil rights and justice, and so had the Republican Party. And neither one of them came through on those promises. And it got me to thinking, okay, Dia, so now Joe Biden is in office. He and Kamala are making a lot of promises during this time of being in office. What are you going to do? These officials and these people that are in the government, they are paid by the tax money that you and I work so hard for, and then we pay our earnest dollars. And therefore, these people essentially work for us, or at least that's the way it's supposed to be. But most of the time, again, if I'm honest, I don't think about them. I don't care about them. I just go on about my everyday regular life, and I don't give a second thought about anything. I don't even try to stay informed on the laws and all of the things that are taking place that could possibly potentially affect me and my family. So I challenged myself to 5 things, and I wanted to share those 5 challenges with you to see if I could actually also challenge you as well. So the first thing I have challenged myself is asking a very vital question. Why should I care? Why should I care? Is there any reason that I should care about what is taking place in our government and the things that are happening within my community? Is there a reason for me to care? And if I'm completely honest, up until 2016, I would have really pretty much said, nah, not really. Yeah, there might be a reason to care, but it's not affected me enough to really care. But again, the 2016 election taught me, girl, you better get a little bit more informed, honey. And so now one of the things that I've realized in 2020, that if I did not realize it before now, is that I really truly do care and am passionate about humanity. I care about human beings treating human beings like human beings. And when when that basic right is taken away from you, there should be laws and policies in our order that protect that protect you, that protect every human being to be treated like a human being. But unfortunately, it has been the very laws in our country for so many years that have actually protected the ability to treat other human beings like less than human beings, like animals, or even less than animals. The policies and procedures have been created to make sure that Black people and immigrants and minorities are not treated the same way as white people. And so now I want to honor my forefathers who fought for simple things like walking through a front door, eating at a lunch counter, being able to try on clothes when they go into a clothing store, simple things, to ride a bus and sit wherever they want to sit. And because they fought so hard, lost their lives, were thrown in jail for these simple rights, I only find it befitting for me to carry on, because now that I do have the abilities and the opportunities to do the things that they fought for, I want to make sure that my daughter, my nephew, my niece, my best friend's son, my church members' children, that they all are also given the opportunity to be stopped by a cop and never have to worry about their lives being at stake only for simply the color of their skin. For me, it is humanity why I say that I should care. But I challenge you to ask yourself, is there any reason for me to care? And if you can answer that question with a yes, if you can find one reason why you should care, then I challenge you to number 2 and number 3. Google search your elected local officials and your elected municipal officials. And I'm not completely sure. I am by no means a subject matter expert in all things political or, municipalities and all of these types of things. But what I did go to look up, because I realized before now, if anybody would have asked me, who was representing me at all, I have no idea. I just didn't care about those things enough to even look them up. But At this point, I find it very important to at least be familiar with those individuals. So I decided to go and do a Google search, and I found that on forsyth.cc for Forsyth County, North Carolina, that I can actually look up, pull up a spreadsheet of the individuals that are representing us on our local level and municipal level. And also, it's important to be able to find the individuals that are representing us from a state level. And so, it's for absolutely no reason to commit this to memory. But because I don't think that there's anyone that is going to walk up to you from the street and start quizzing you on who is your representative for Ward 27653. I don't think that that's going to happen. But it could be very beneficial to at least be familiar with these individuals, familiar with the names, and at least know where to go to contact them if you ever feel the need to contact them. Maybe there is something important that is pressing on you. Maybe you cannot stand the condition of the roads in your area. Maybe you cannot stand that there's these dilapidated houses in your area. Maybe you are concerned about rezoning and redistricting, some of the things that could be pressing on your mind. And well, who do you reach out to? If you take a moment to Google search who your local and your municipal officials are and who are representing you, it could be very, very beneficial. Which leads me to challenge number 4. If there is an issue that you are passionate enough about and that you find that there really needs to be change for this issue, somebody needs to do something about this. Well, now that you have taken step 2 and 3 and Googled to actually see who represents you in your area, then now you have the resource available to go and find the contact information. So then I challenge you, number 4, to then go back to those resources and find the contact information of those individuals representing you, reach out to them, and make your voice be heard. If you reach out to one representative and they don't answer, then reach out to another. And if they don't answer, reach out to another. And I know that you might be saying, Dia, ain't nobody got time for all this. This is why people don't do nothing, because don't no change happen. But if we didn't learn anything else from our forefathers, is that change can be slow. But that is no reason for us not to at least fight for it. So yes, sure, you might reach out and you may get nothing. There may be times where it just seems like nothing is happening. But if you and enough other individuals start reaching out and making our voice heard, change will happen. Slow, possibly, but it could definitely be very, very, very possible. Which leads me to challenge number 5, staying informed. So it's hard to keep up. I mean, let's just be honest. Things political is not fun. I could care less sometimes about politics, but just being informed about decisions that are being made that may impact your family at some point is good to know. So how can we stay informed? Well, there's a lot of ways to stay informed. And to be honest, sometimes I feel like the information just isn't clearly available to us so that we know where to go to stay informed. But there are 2 resources that I would like to encourage you to check out, causes.com and livingfacts.org. Now, these are resources that have been created bipartisan to just help us as citizens stay informed about all the things that are taking place around our country and even things that are taking place locally. Causes.com even allows you to go in on various topics that they have covered and make a comment about it, rate how you feel about it, and then you can actually send your comment to your state and your local representatives. Now, I have done that. Have I ever been contacted back from any of the comments I've submitted? No. But that's okay, because if it's something that does affect me enough that I feel like I need to make my voice be heard, because I did go and do challenge number 2 and 3 and look up those officials that I have been elected to represent me, then I can go back to that resource, look up those contacts, and then let them know, listen, I have submitted a comment to you and this is what I want to be done. So these are just 5 challenges that I I have given myself, just so that I can stay informed and so that I can know where to go, so that I can make my voice be heard. And I am always encouraged by individuals who know more than me, individuals who have resources that are available that they can share with other people so that we can remain knowledgeable. So what I am interested to hearing from you, leave a comment below. Do you have any resources that you use on a regular basis to stay informed? Have you actually ever reached out to your local officials in regards to issues that have been important to you? Have you actually seen a positive outcome out of an outreach that you did, or someone that you know? I'm interested to hear, because I'm always wanting to learn from others as well. So leave a comment for me, and yeah, thank you for watching. As promised, I would like to now announce the Fenty Skin winner. So thank you everyone who commented on my last video, my nighttime routine video. I appreciate it. And the winner of the Fenty Skin starter kit that I promised is Jazzy R. Jazzy R, thank you so much for your comment. I would like for you to DM me on my Instagram, Dia Nyarko, and let me know what your information is, your mailing address information, so that I can get this set sent to you. So thank you again, and if you have not done so already, I want to encourage you, take a moment, find a reason to laugh, and keep smiling. Until next time, stay blessed. Bye.